Complementing the upgrades to the physical structure at learning institutions around St. Kitts was the distribution of school furniture in high schools around the island. Again, the Public Works Department was the outstanding partner in this venture.
We were able to secure over 3,000 desks and 3,000 chairs for all the students at the high school, and that greatly exceeds the current role at the school. So I want to commend again the Ministry of Education for their partnership with us in ensuring that our education product, especially as it relates to furniture, is well on its way for 2014 and beyond.
On behalf of the Washington Archibald High School, where we excel today for a brighter tomorrow, we know that the furniture is going to play a critical role in ensuring that the students are comfortable. And we know when they are comfortable, they can concentrate more and we can excel even more.
I believe that you are conscious enough and conscientious enough to recognize that you need to play your part in the upkeep of the surroundings of the school. Because you're sensible people. If you understand that it costs money and that your parents pay taxes to government so that government will have resources to buy furniture and to repair your schools and bathrooms, then I know you would want to ensure that we have these facilities in good condition for as long a time as possible. Am I right about that? Yes.
We are going to take care of our things. Every child in the school can now say we have a desk and a chair. Proper desk and proper chair, because we have enough. And students, as you heard the minister say, you are to take care of these things. Your parents pay VAT, tax dollars go for this, so you have to take care of it.
Past problems we had with the furniture was people stealing each other's furniture because of their conditions. When one person have an old chair and somebody have a new one, they'll take the person's new chair and becomes a problem in the school. Present furniture we have now, they are better for us because when we have PTA meetings and so, teachers and parents have good chairs to sit in.
I'm very happy to see that you're taking good care of the building. I think you deserve a round of applause. The walls are clean. I don't see any graffiti. And I think you will take good care of the furniture which you have received.
We are feeling more comfortable. We are at V.H.S High School, and we are very grateful for them because in the past we had problems like when girls sit in the chairs, they would rip their clothes and so forth. So we would like to say thank you once again.
You are the nation's future leaders. And we know that when we are old and at home in our rocking chairs, there'll be people in our schools to teach. There'll be permanent secretaries, chief education officers to run the country to keep it strong and good. And those people who will do that 20 years from now are you. I remember 20 years ago when I was in school, like yourself, I sat there and looked at people here and thought that that's for them. It was never for me. But today I'm here, you are there, and the cycle continues. And that is why it's important for us to make provisions for education, because we want you to be well prepared, that when you get to the stage, you're not floundering and guessing. You know what you're doing because you've been well educated. The school is a very rough and tough environment where students interact with each other, play hard, sometimes damage the furniture, the environment. And while we have to allow them to be children, to play and do what children do, we also want to encourage them and their parents to instill in them the value of taking care of what we are providing. One of the areas we're focusing on is TVET, or Technical and Vocational Education and Training, which is giving our students the technical skills, the technical wherewithal to be able to perform those technical functions, to become technicians, builders, innovators, engineers in tomorrow's world.
Referring to work that is being done to upgrade the workshops and classrooms where students are gaining their technical skills, Minister Carty said a lot is being done to make the electricity supply dependable and sufficient.
We visited AVEC. AVEC is the Advanced Vocational Education Center, which is a technical training center for many of our young people who would want a second option rather than going to the CFB. And when we went there, we were able to observe young people engaged in construction, automotive engineering, technical drawing, and in particular, we were able to observe some young ladies engaged in the hospitality, preparing meals and so forth. And I think that AVEC is very fast becoming a center of excellence for training in these critical areas. We are also going to provide additional materials and tools and equipment for the technical drawing lab, the automotive engineering center, and the woodwork center. These are critically important to support the development of skills among our young people so that they can become well-trained technicians to service all areas of the country, the ACs, the electrical work, our cars, etc. We have to develop a critical mass of people who can render services in those areas. TVET is a very expensive venture. We need expensive band saws and rip saws and tools and equipment and wood materials and so on to work with. So it's an area that we are placing heavy emphasis and focus on, and we trust that the next generation of criticians and divisions can be not just technicians but top-notch technicians, that they can be air conditioning and repair technicians, automotive technicians, computer repair technicians, and all those things, builders, carpenters, and what have you. And we feel that if we were to be successful at doing that, then it resolves a lot of the problems that we have with youth unemployment.
The Ministry of Education's intention to improve generally the value of the school experience for students includes the School Meals program, a program which started prior to the school upgrades, synced beautifully with overall upgrades to schools. At the School Meals kitchen, new stainless steel sinks were installed, new marble tabletops for meal preparation, industrial mixers were added, a new ice machine, 2 new freezers, and a chill were all installed, among other things.
We've put new tables with the right surfaces that can make the place tidy and easy to clean, make it more free of bacteria and other kinds of agents that would accumulate there. We've installed stainless steel sinks and put in place new windows and bathrooms and tiled the floor. So the place is looking a lot more wholesome. I can speak as Minister of Agriculture as well, working with very many young farmers around the country who are willing to get on board to work with us to produce the vegetables, the pork, the meat, and so on, that we can have fresh produce for local consumption through our School Meals program. We're also working with the Ministry of Health to conduct a long-term, multi-year experiment where we have students who are receiving a special meal from the School Meals program, who are the control group. And so over a period of years, we are going to be able to see whether there's any benefit to be gained from adopting certain kinds of meal regimes.
Naturally, one of the concerns being addressed as the school maintenance program advances is the sustainability and continuous upkeep of the institutions. This has not been overlooked in the plan. As a first step, a series of schools maintenance workshops were conducted at the end of February for the leadership and support staff of all government educational institutions.
What we're doing over the past 2 days is really to sensitize school administrators on some of the indicators for maintenance of their compound. Over the years, what has been happening is that we have been doing reactive maintenance. That is, we wait until something breaks down and we react to it. And that is very costly. So moving forward, what the ministry wants to do is to put a program in place where we have more preventative maintenance, regular checks, so that we can identify certain signs before we have breakdown.
With regards to school maintenance, as far as my role as the principal of the Sandy Point Primary School, I feel like when I see or detect any problem with regard to maintenance, whether a broken window or damaged roof, it is my duty to report it to the relevant authorities, and then they take it from there. Because you see, I am the person who is on site, and they will not know what is going or what is wrong at my school unless I report it.
When you're looking for indicators, you can use your five senses. That is, you see, the things that you look for. You can use the hearing. You can listen to a particular machine and tell if the machine is going down, to use the layman term. We talk about the sense of touch, where you would see perhaps traits of termites, but you don't just look at it. Sometimes you need to hit the section to see if it is porous or if it is firm.
We were sensitized to how we could help to improve maintenance in our schools, and I found that Mr. Wilkin, the facilitator, was exceptionally well. He spoke about the things that we can do, little things that could help to complement what the ministry itself is doing.
So this workshop would indeed equip our supervisors and support staff to ensure that the centers at least remain up to standard. For instance, I believe it would enable them to identify any foreseeable problem. It will enable them to know how to address those problems before they become major problems.
A lot of money has been spent. Varsity High School alone is on the order of $5 million. Other schools, $2 million here, $1.5 million there, 500,000 there, 250 here, 65,000 there. It all adds up. And we now have to think about sustainability from two angles. From the standpoint of financing, and also from the standpoint of ensuring that our principals, our institutional leaders, our students, our partners in various institutions, and even members of the wider community, we have to ensure that they understand that maintenance and keeping our schools in a good state of repair and in a proper state of repair depends upon constant monitoring and reporting and doing the little things that we can do to correct problems before they get much worse.
As stated earlier, one significant progress has been made on the upgrades to schools, taking care of the health and safety issues. A solid structure of school maintenance led by a school's maintenance team would be put in place.
Public Works will be primarily responsible. There will be some persons from Public Works or from the private sector who will be hired to go into the schools and maintain these schools. Public Works will definitely oversee these persons to make sure that they are doing an adequate job.
We recognize again that our partners have done way above and beyond their duties, and the Ministry of Education have been able to forge some relationships with other ministries. We had the Ministry of Agriculture coming online, of course, Water Services coming online, Health Department coming online. But I want to say that the deepest commitment and the hardest work probably would have come from the Public Works Department.
Public Works, we are there, and we are asking to be cooperative with us, be patient with us, as we endeavor to get to these schools into a state of readiness that we can have a maintenance team to go there and deal with the issues day by day.
The ministry keeps in view the fact that the upgrades and improvements to the physical plant are only a facilitator to enhance the teaching and learning experience. Therefore, running simultaneously with the upgrades are the single-sex education pilot project to raise the level of male performance in schools, the Child-Friendly Schools project, Health and Family Life Education, Early Intervention Diagnosis Center, the implementation of TVET programs and policy, in-service training for teachers, the Laptop Project, reading assessment and programs such as Jolly Phonics, new self-book distribution strategies, curriculum reform, strengthening partnerships with non-governmental organizations, math specialist strategy, the Reading Recovery Program, and professional development days, among others.
All in all, I want to say that we have accomplished a lot over the last 4 years. We've done enormous work on most of the schools throughout the length and breadth of St. Kitts. from Sandy Point High School, Charles E. Mills, to V.H.S, to Washington Archibald High School, Basti High School, down in Molyneux and Mansion and Tabernacle, throughout the length and breadth of the country. We have done significant work on all of our schools, and we're very happy that we have put our educational infrastructure in a better position to make our teachers and students a lot more comfortable. And we hope we can see the results in terms of better health and well-being of our students and more comfort, and in the long run, better academic achievement for our people.